They insist, these handlers, on controlling every single person in Hollywood because Hollywood is the vehicle. It is the vehicle in which they can modify our behavior.
You think you're watching a movie. You think you're choosing your favorite stand. You aren't. You're a data point in the largest psychological study ever conducted. In 2026, Hollywood stopped being an industry and started being a social experiment. Every leak, every feud, and every candid moment is a stress test for your attention span. Why is fame 24/7 now? Because they are testing the breaking point of the human psyche. Why does every celebrity seem vulnerable yet scripted? Because transparency is the new superpower and authenticity is the most profitable product in the lab. We've moved from cinema to data driven storytelling, where your emotional response is the only metric that matters.
What a lot of Hollywood is deeply sad tragedy that people don't understand, that some of it is nefarious and dark, and there are problems, and there are real power brokers here. It's a dark town, 100%. But the idea that everybody that lives here is in some wide-ranging, vast conspiracy isn't true. It ignores how humdrum, boring, deeply sad most people's lives are in Hollywood, and it ignores how sad fame is in general. Fame's a sad thing. Not always, but a lot of times it's a sad thing. It's fleeting, it's ephemeral, it doesn't last, it separates you from other people, it's isolating, it can be traumatic depending on what's going on.
We are going to be aged, we are going to be unhinged, and we are probably going to get a cease and desist from a Kardashian by June. It's called investigative law, and it's the only way to stay sane in a simulation. This isn't just a channel, it's a manual override. If you want to know why the world feels like a parody of itself, you are in the right place. I'm dropping a deep dive into the death of Euphoria right after this manifesto. It's an autopsy of how ego killed the biggest show on TV. If you're ready to see the wires, hit the button and subscribe to my YouTube. Stay plugged in, but keep your hand on the cord.
Not okay. I'm having such a hard day today.
In 2026, Hollywood isn't an entertainment industry. It's a social experiment. Every viral drama, every calculated leak, and every influencer breakdown is a data point in a mass-scale social experiment designed to measure your retention threshold. You want a fan. You are a victim and prey of the Matrix apex predators. Why is aura the only currency that matters in 2026? Because transactional identity is the goal of the experiment. The lab, Hollywood, needs to know exactly how much humiliation a star can endure before you, the consumer, stop buying the product.
Hollywood is very much a factory town, and the widget that we make is entertainment.
Across the board, everyone is creative, from the directors to the writers to craft service. Everyone has a talent.
Some people come out here sort of on accident and find a place inside of the circus, and I think that some people are kind of called.
Pilot season, upfronts, awards campaigns. Hollywood moves in cycles. But now, the cycles have slowed a lot. It's a reset, and no one knows where the new baseline is.
If you spoke to the average worker in Hollywood, you'd hear existential dread. You've seen a pretty dramatic reduction in output, a lot of layoffs, fewer jobs. So it's just been a dark period.
Los Angeles has visibly turned into what I would call a ghost town.
Employment in California's motion picture industries peaked in 2016, but was decimated by the pandemic. And despite a surge in streaming, the actors and writers' strikes meant a massive loss of jobs that show no sign of coming back. Big tech disruption, mega mergers, and the looming threat of AI has left Hollywood in shambles.
What are you doing? You can't help these people. Are you insane?
We are tracing the wires that prove your smart TV is taking screenshots and reporting your viewing habits directly to advertising conglomerates. We are edgy, we are paranoid, and we have a very high tolerance for digital psychosis. Join the resistance before you lose your ability to form a complete sentence. It's investigative law, and it's the only antidote to the simulation.
You watch your TV, but with this hack, your TV can watch you. Show us how that works.
So one of the things that we were able to do with the Smart TV platform was actually abuse the browser to the extent that we could actually gain access to the camera that's built into the TV.
Right.
And so what we can prove here is that with a little bit of extra code, we can turn the camera on in your browser.
Wow.
And while this is evident to you right here because we've designed it that way, this is something that we can do invisibly and actually have the camera running behind the web page that you're looking at.
So what this means is I could be sitting here watching TV from my bedroom, and you could be anywhere in the world looking at this image of me watching.
Yep, I could be sitting on a laptop in a cafe in Paris, and as long as I have a network connection, I'd be able to get into your TV and access the camera.
On this channel, we don't stand, we analyze. We are going to follow the wires from the Grammy stage to the corporate boardrooms of Warner, Disney, Discovery, X. Why did your favorite show get cancelled? Because a billionaire needed a tax write-off for his third yacht. Why is every celebrity suddenly relatable and human? Because their PR team realizes that aura is the only currency left in 2026. I'm here to show you the math behind the madness.
María Luisa, no te mueras, por favor.
And as always, Wakanda forever. Paid for by Kamala Harris.
They are testing the elasticity of fame. This is why we see humiliation rituals masquerading as creative choices. They aren't bad writers. They are social engineers testing your tolerance for absurdity. If you can accept a script that makes no sense, you can accept a reality that makes no sense. The TV is the classroom. You are the student. This is Plug Load TV. We don't analyze stories. We audit the wires that feed them into your brain. The experiment only works if you don't know you are in the lab. Once you see the wires, the simulation breaks.
What is a humiliation ritual? And why is it being done in the first place? A humiliation ritual is a theory where many celebrities are under control by the industry and sacrifice their dignity in order to achieve fame or maintain their influence. It is allegedly an initiation process where you must lose something to get something. And like me, you may have asked yourself, why must these artists and these celebrities humiliate themselves to rise to the top? Well, as always, when we take something dark and we hold it up to the light, we can see where it all stems from. Humiliation rituals have been something I've been trying to understand and wrap my head around for a while. And recently I found myself again super curious. So I searched, is the word humiliation in the Bible? And I was met with a verse that made all of this make sense. Pride ends in humiliation, while humility brings honor. And this made everything click for me in a number of ways, because truly, those who are all about themselves, want to be worshipped by others, want to make a god out of themselves, will do anything and hurt anyone to get to the top.
I've spent the last 4 years following the wires. I've seen the casting algorithms that favor safe commercial choices over art. I've seen the humiliation rituals masquerading as production delays. If you want to see the first major failure of the 2026 experiment, the moment where the subject fought back against the lab, we need to talk about Euphoria. A 4-year delay, a script that was too dark for even the actors, a director given total autonomy to strip the aura from the biggest stars on the planet. This isn't production hell. This is a subjugation test. How long will an audience wait for the product that actively mocks their intelligence? How much can you degrade a global icon like Zendaya before her brand value drops? We aren't watching a show. We are watching $100 million endurance test, and you just paid for the front row.
You don't care how people feel about the ritual. It's about, does following the ritual work? Yeah. And so you can fool yourself into thinking there isn't one, but the evidence will be clear. So like when I be like, oh, these guys are wearing dresses. Everybody's like, oh, he keeps talking about people wearing dresses. No, it's not.
That is a weird thing.
It's not like that. Look at it from a different way. Look at it. Show me one person that ever wore a dress in Hollywood unsuccessfully.
All the comics that I've seen, man, strong brothers, why they putting us in these dresses? But the minute it was clear, I was adamant, I'm not wearing a dress. I'm not wearing the dress. All right, fine. Think of something else. That comes back 10 minutes later. The whole new scene. Damn, how did you write the scene so fast?
Dave Chappelle, another great comedian, said that, in the industry, they tried to make him wear a dress. Have you ever ran into that with scripts? And is there something that, you wouldn't do, for?
I definitely haven't ran into to put on the dress.
I don't think anyone saw this one coming.